Good job, dear colleagues. So I present you company which I belong to. My name is Alexey Kholmov. I'm system engineer of Arbor Networks, and I'll try to be quick and give you as much information as possible. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my email address, or you can ask me questions during the lunch. So first of all, what is who we are, company Arbor Networks. We are specializing in DDoS protection and network visualization and have more than 14 years of experience in this area. Our uniqueness is in our customers, because the majority, almost 100% of Taiwan service providers are our customers. And this fact gives us unique opportunities. The main opportunity is these service providers shares with us information about all security events, actually about all events that they can see on the network with our products. Well, that is, there is no real enforcement, so that's up to service provider if they want to share this information or not. But the majority of our customers do that, and we have very good picture of what's going on in global network. So what we know and what we see that DDoS activities are growing all the time. So that is unstoppable activity. DDoS attacks are starting to be bigger. This year, at the beginning of the year, we registered volumetric attack more than 100 gigabit per second in a few countries. And attacks starting to be more complex, both from the more sophisticated, both from the point of techniques, mechanics that are used, and also from the point of tactic and strategy which are used during the attack. Also, we can see that the frequency of attack is increased. So now we observing attacks which can go for days or months. It just depends on the target, it depends on the resources which attacker has. And you can see, for example, that last year we observed that 5% of attacks were more than, the duration of that attacks were more than a month. So what we believe is you can protect only against threats that you can see. So visualization is a key in our approach, and where this visualization is coming from, where our knowledge and intelligence are coming from. We have automated system, we call it Atlas, Active Threat Level Analysis System. That is our data center, which is collecting information from different sources. The first source, I would say the main source of information, are our customers. So service providers, Tier 1, Tier 2, local service providers. We are collecting, we see traffic, global internet traffic, on the speed of over 90 terabit per second. That is around 30–45% of the global internet traffic. So that's not the real traffic, not raw packets. That's more like telemetry, which we're collecting from service providers if they share it with us, and it gives us very good understanding of what's going on. Also, with many service providers, we have agreement to place there in this network sensors, in other words, honeypots, which are in reality virtual machines under different operating system management. So these virtual machines are actively involved in different activities, but they are staying under our control. They are actively infected with different malware. What it gives us the ability to do reverse engineering. So we are aware about all about all botnets, about these activities, about commands that are going from command and control centers to zombies and the way back. So we're understanding structure, we're understanding this language, and we can share this information with our customers. Doesn't matter if this customer is service provider or enterprise customer using our premises equipment. On the base of this information, so you can see main sources of information, that is Atlas feed, that is honeypots, that is also participation of our analytic team in different communities, including Red Sky Alliance. On the base of all these inputs, with the help of automated atlas system, we're generating fingerprints. In other words, that is signatures which are describing malicious activity in the global network, which is describing botnets activities, and this information we provide to our customers. In cooperation with Google, we created such a resource. So you would not believe my words about the amount of information we see, we manage, but you can just check this site. It is digitalattackmap.com, and this resource will provide you with information in real time about attacks that we see. So you can see countries, and you can see lines between countries. These are attacks. If you put a mouse on a certain line, you will see the description of attack. How big is attack? What kind of attack? But what you will not see real customers, because that is confidential information. We don't get this information from service providers. So we know countries, but we don't know real clients of service providers. But this information can be quite valuable from the point of understanding the real situation in the global network. Just few words about statistic in Georgia. I don't have information currently about Q3 or Q4. So here's information about Q1. And these are only volumetric attacks. So the attacks which are targeting network resources of service provider, of enterprise connections to internet. And you can see that the biggest attack was around between 5 and 10 gigabit per second. You can just think about resources, link connectivity, internet connectivity that you currently use, and you can imagine what would happen in case of such an attack will hit your resources. What we also see that modern attacks, DDoS attacks, they said they are becoming more and more complex, more sophisticated. So the attackers learning very quickly and starting to use more and more advanced features and tools. So 60% of all attacks are multi-vector attacks. What does it mean? It means that if you see this number of attacks, here around 90 attacks, all of them are volumetric. We can suppose, and it will be quite good, the data that we'll get will be quite good, so that the number of layer 4, layer 7 attacks is much higher comparing to these values. So you can ask me why I don't talk about application layer attacks, because this knowledge we're getting from IP flow, service providers collecting information using NetFlow, JFlow, and this information providing us with layer 3, layer 4 information, which is presented here. So what kind of attacks we can protect from? First, attacks that are targeting network resources, which are saturating channels. The other type of attack is attack which is targeting infrastructure. That can be routers, that can be firewalls, any stateful devices which maintaining session table can be the victim, can be the target for DDoS attack. And last but not least is service. So any service which is facing to internet, to your clients, to your partners, can be potentially target for the DDoS attack. And we can protect against all these types of attacks. So our approach assumes that protection must be multi-layered. It's not enough just to place equipment in your location, in your premises, because volumetric attack can overwhelm network resources, and it's done. Resources are not available. So few layers of protection are always better. And what we also believe is, as I previously mentioned, visualization is very important. So first, we need to identify threat. After that, we need to apply certain action on that, mitigate the attack, And what is also very important, as we need to learn, we must learn, and we must use our experience, doesn't matter if this is positive or negative experience, in our future actions. So we need to understand what's going on. That's why detailization of attacks and very detailed statistic is very important. The first product that we are presenting is Prevail APS. That is standalone box. You can see it here. And this box it's really easy to install. So the out-of-the-box protection is not the marketing phrase. That is reality. So you can just take, if you are under attack, you can just take box, put it on the channel, and after that, certain amount of DDoS will be mitigated. Why it's so effective? Because same mechanisms that we are using in APS, they are used worldwide in service provider solutions. So all around the world, service providers are mitigating attacks with the same mechanisms that are deployed in this box. Also, this box has very simple, I would say trivial interface, just four menus, which are easily understandable and very intuitive. And this box can protect against very sophisticated from complex attacks. It's not just against, let's say, layer 4 attack. It can provide protection starting from layer 4 to layer 7 attacks. But sometimes on-premise equipment is not sufficient to protect our resources. Why? Because of volumetric attacks. In modern world, it's quite easy to organize volumetric attack because there are a lot of vectors which can be used for amplification. It's DNS amplification, NTP amplification, and there are still a lot of other options that attackers can use, like, for example, SNMP in broadband routers which are installed in at resident customer locations. So, volumetric attack can overwhelm resources. What we can do in this case, what we can propose. First of all, we are trying to deal with local service providers and enforce them, or help them, let's say, help them to provide service for local market. So the idea is very simple. If your equipment, Prevail APS, cannot manage the amount of traffic which is hitting site, APS can request help, assistance from the service provider, and all traffic, attack traffic, will be redirected to the scribing center of service provider. Service provider will mitigate attack effectively, and only clean traffic will be delivered to the end customer. It's not always possible, well, from the point of service provider services. So if you still, as a customer, as enterprise, requiring protection against volumetric attack, you also can use our service, which we call Arbor Cloud. So what is it? Effectively, that is 4 scribing centers located all around the world. So they are located 2 of them located in the United States, 1 in Singapore, another one in Amsterdam, and they are providing around 1 terabit per second of scribing capacity. So that's a lot. That's really a lot. And how it works, in very simple way. If attack is hitting your site, all the traffic will be redirected to our facility. There it will be cleared, and clean traffic will be delivered to your resources. So attack will be mitigated somewhere in the cloud, and there will not be influence on your performance, on your reputation, on your finances. We have 2 options, either DNS or BGP, but they work in the same way. So we redirecting traffic, clearing it, and after that, cleared traffic is delivering to the end customer. That's it, actually. Thank you very much.